everyone. Today we're going to talk about nutrition in horses. A horse's level of nutrition can affect their weight, their mood, as well as their behavior. It can make a big difference in their life, just like our choices in nutrition can make a big difference in our own. Now, horses require 6 main classes of nutrients to survive. They include water, fats, carbohydrates, protein, vitamins, and minerals. The most important one is going to be water. A horse's body is made of 70% water. They can start to have some serious medical complications if they lose as little as 3 to 6%. That just tells you how important water is for them. Having clean water available is vital for the cells in their bodies. Now, some but not all of the benefits of water is it carries nutrients through the body, regulates body temperature, can aid in certain chemical reactions, helps sound be transported to the ear, and keep the joints running smoothly. Now, the amount of water changes depending on how much exercise a horse is doing. Non-working, or horses that aren't very active, will drink less than a horse that is hardworking or is very active. A horse that is non-working will drink, at a minimum, about half a gallon per 100 pounds of their body weight when the weather is cool outside. Let's look at one of our friends in the barn, Cheyenne. Now, Cheyenne weighs at least 900 pounds. If she's idle, which means not working, while the weather was cooler out, she would drink about 4.5 gallons of water. In the warmer weather, she could drink 8 to 10 gallons while she was idle or not working. When she is working or active, her body starts consuming more water and producing more sweat. She would need to drink more water to replace what she has used up or she sweat out. In cooler weather, while being active, she could drink close to 8 to 10 gallons of water. If she's active when the weather turns warm or humid, like most days in Florida, she could easily drink close to 15 or 20 gallons of water. Now that is a lot of water. Did you know that the human body is 65 to 80% water? That roughly equals out to about 14 to 18 gallons of water inside of our bodies. So some larger horses that can drink 15 to 20 gallons or more, that just means that they're drinking more water than what's found inside of our own bodies. Isn't that amazing? All right, so our next thing to talk about is carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates are the sugars, starches, and fibers that are typically found in fruits, grains, vegetables, and milk products. They supply roughly 85% of the energy needed for a horse. So these carbohydrates form a few different functions like provide energy, supply heat for the body when metabolized for energy, can be stored as glycogen, energy storage, or converted to fat, and can help regulate protein. Now, there are a few different kinds of carbohydrates, but we're mainly going to talk about the fiber part of it. So why is it important? Well, fiber does a lot of things to help a horse out internally, such as retain water and electrolytes, keep their digestive system moving at the proper speed so that way they can have maximum health, normalize their digestion, and help them to be able to use the restroom. Without a sufficient amount, a horse wouldn't be able to survive without those carbohydrates. They need, at a minimum, 50% or half of their complete diet to be in just fiber. Now, the most common way that we can give a horse fiber is in grass and hay. It's also the most natural way for them to get it, so you're less likely to have complications. You can also feed grain to a horse because it can contain fiber, and there's different kinds of grain that have different amounts of fiber depending on how much your horse needs. That will also depend on your quality too. A higher quality of feed will allow you to feed less in quantity, but still give you the maximum amount of fiber. So going down the list, after carbohydrates would be proteins and fats. Proteins are the building blocks of the body. They make up about half of every cell inside the body and are needed for body maintenance, healing, growth in younger animals, and energy in extreme emergencies. With a higher quality grain and hay, you can easily obtain the 8 to 9% of protein that a less active horse will need. For horses that are more active, they will need closer to the 12% mark or more. How much protein they consume depends on the kind of foods that they're fed. If they have a high energy diet, they'll eat less and may not consume enough protein and amino acids to stay healthy. Similar to us eating candy bars. If we eat 3 or 4 candy bars, we may feel full, but we didn't actually get any nutrients that we needed to help make our body healthy. Consider this. There is 4 grams of protein in a single candy bar. But if you get a cup of Greek yogurt, you can have close to 17 grams of protein. So even though the candy bar may taste better, the Greek yogurt is actually a better option in order to stay healthy. With protein comes fats, also known as lipids. Now, fats and lipids are used and stored in the horse's body. They can have a few different functions, such as supplying energy, carry different vitamins that can dissolve in fat, such as vitamin A, the one that helps with vision and eyesight, vitamin D, that's part of proper bone health, vitamin E, that's an antioxidant, and vitamin K, that can help the blood to clot. These lipids and fats can also help make calcium more available for the horse's body to be able to use. So we can get more fat content by feeding grain and not just grass and hay. This is really beneficial if you have horses that are very active and need a higher content to stay healthy. A higher fat diet with a very active horse can improve appearance and can improve their performance. However, too much can lead to other health-related issues, just like us. So we have to make sure that we give them just the right percentage without giving them too much if they aren't as active as they could be. So the next step of our journey is minerals, like calcium. Now, minerals take up about 3 to 4% of the horse's total body weight. And while this doesn't seem like it's very important, because it's not a high percentage like water and some of our other topics, it does more than you think though. So minerals form and strengthen the teeth and other bones, help the blood to clot, help muscles contract or shrink if they need to, and help the metabolism process food into energy. Now, horses will not automatically seek out the minerals that they need. There are 2 different kinds, and it's up to us to be able to make sure they get enough of those minerals. There's macro minerals, which are minerals that are needed in large amounts, and micro minerals or trace minerals that are needed in small amounts. Now, these macro minerals that you're going to find inside of the body is going to be sodium, that helps with fluid balance, nerve transmission, and muscle contraction. Chloride, that's needed for fluid balance and stomach acid. Potassium, that works in a similar way to sodium by helping with fluid balance nerve transmission and muscle contraction. Calcium, that's important for healthy bones and teeth to tell the muscles to be able to relax and contract. Help with nerve functioning, blood clotting, blood pressure regulation, and overall immune system health. Phosphorus, that is important for healthy bones and teeth. It's found in every cell of the body, and it helps the whole system maintain acid-based balance. Magnesium, that's found in bones. It's also needed for making protein, help the muscles contract, nerve transmission, and for overall immune system health. And sulfur, that is found in protein molecules. These are all the macro minerals that your horse is going to need. So again, macro minerals are minerals that are required in large amounts. All right, so now to the micro minerals. So micro minerals are also known as trace minerals. And like we had said before, you're going to want these in small amounts. Too much can cause harm to your horse and make them really uncomfortable or can make them sick. So these minerals are going to be iron, and that's found in red blood cells, and it carries oxygen throughout the body. It's also needed for energy metabolism. Zinc, that's used to help make protein, has a function in how we taste, wound healing, growth, and overall immune system health. Iodine, that helps to regulate growth, development, and metabolism. Selenium, which works as an antioxidant. Copper, that's needed for iron metabolism. Manganese, that's part of the enzymes in the horse's body. Fluoride, that helps in the formation of bones and teeth and helps prevent tooth decay. Chromium, which works very similar to insulin for people, and that helps regulate the blood sugar inside of the horse's body to make sure that they don't get too high of levels or too low and start to feel unwell. The last one's going to be molybdenum, which is another mineral that's part of some of the enzymes in the horse's body. So the last thing we're going to talk about is vitamins. So a vitamin is an organic compound that's essential for normal growth and metabolism and is required in small quantities in the diet because it can't be produced by the organism, or in this case, the horse. They have diverse jobs when it comes to keeping your horse's body functioning and are different from proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So vitamins can be divided into two groups: fat-soluble, which means they dissolve in fat, and water-soluble, which means they dissolve in water. Fat-soluble vitamins include A, D, E, and K, while water-soluble vitamins are going to include vitamin C and the vitamin B group. Now, there are 8 different kinds of vitamins that your horse is going to have, and each one of them can play a different role inside of the horse's body. So these 8 vitamins are going to be vitamin A, B, C, D, E, G, H, and K. These vitamins can release energy from nutrients, support bone development, help maintain calcium balance, support normal eye function, aid in nerve impulse transduction, and help blood to clot. Now, we want to make sure that horses do get enough vitamins because those vitamins can help promote optimum health, as well as replenish any of the nutrients that a horse may be missing in their diet or gets used up with exercise. These different vitamins you can buy from a feed store, and then they'll give you the instructions on how much to give your horse to make sure that they're getting enough so that they can maintain proper well-being.